This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
We're going to be dealing with windy conditions here early this evening. The sun is out, but that's about the only good news we've got is winds are very gusty. They'll decrease as we go through the overnight hours. Then by tomorrow, we're going to bring in partly to mostly cloudy skies, much colder conditions on the way. Accumulating snow looking likely. Heaviest bands of snow are going to be to our south. 58 yesterday after a morning low of 17. Very nice conditions yesterday. It was nice today with the exception of the wind. Nothing in the rain gauge. This will be where we end January, right at 7/10, so almost double what we would ordinarily have to start the first month of the year. Milder temps are still out there, 40s and 50s for most of us here in the region. A few upper 30s snuck in there, 27 at Laramie. It looks like 50 in Mullen, 51 Valentine. There's a 37 right now, though, in Lusk, that colder air just off to our northwest. And winds, yeah, they're still there, howling out of the west-northwest at 15, 20, 25, gusts 45, close to 50 at times, over 50 in some locations. We've had gusts as high as 60, 65 miles an hour today. It is a very windy afternoon, and that's driving those wind chills down into the 30s. Well, let's take a look at what we've got going on. Let's start off here first with tomorrow. We do have winter weather advisories that are out. The only exception is here in Laramie County and portions of Albany County. That's where we do have a winter storm watch in effect. Now, the only difference is there's some concern inside that little area there that we may be dealing with heavier bands of snow, so possible that there may need to be some upgrades in those areas. Everybody else, though, under winter weather advisories, they start late tomorrow and they go through early Thursday morning. This is a wide swath. Look at this. This is a large chunk of the central portion of the country incorporated by this. We've got winter weather advisories, winter storm watches all the way down into central Texas, through most of Oklahoma, into portions of Missouri, up through Illinois and the Great Lakes region. Again, notice, though, this system diving to the south, and that's what's going to take the majority of the snow is along this track, and that's why we're dealing with kind of a donut hole here where there's going to be some snow, but this area in Nebraska, a large portion of Nebraska, likely going to miss out on the heavier snows with this system. Dealing with partly cloudy skies, temps around 21. On the way home, could be dealing with a few flurries. 31 your expected temperature on the way home, so much colder than where we were today. Futurecast tonight stays pretty quiet. Winds are strong early. They decrease late, and we start to see some clouds get in here towards daybreak. Lows overnight going to be primarily teens and low 20s out there. Now, tomorrow is when we start to get more active. Throughout the day, we start to bring in more clouds. Snowfall chances are going to hold off till afternoon and most likely after dark. And you'll notice the snow banding there across southeastern portions of Wyoming into adjacent portions of western Nebraska. And through early Wednesday morning, we continue to see the snow hold on here across the region. What looks like high temperatures tomorrow are going to be much colder than today. 20s and 30s is all. And what are we looking at for snow totals? We're going to show you a couple of three different scenarios. This is one of our forecast models. It's putting out an inch or two of snow for a large portion of the region. Notice those higher amounts right around Cheyenne. This is one of the forecast models. This one, I think, has a slightly better chance of being where we're going to end up at, somewhere in that 2 to 4 inch range, 1 to 2 inches for a large portion of the region. Heavier amounts, again, from Cheyenne over into portions of Kimball County. The American model, somewhat similar, keeping those 2 to 4, 3 to 6 inch totals down around the Kimball, Sydney area. Heavier amounts over towards Cheyenne. Again, where we ultimately end up with, you'll notice there's quite a gradient, though, outside of that, because as we move off to the south or the east, you'll notice the snowfall comes to an end across central portions of Nebraska. Partly cloudy, windy early, winds 25, 35, gusts to 50, decreasing to 5 to 10 later tonight. Tomorrow it's going to be turning mostly cloudy, maybe a break in the sun or clouds early, otherwise clouding up. A few flurries are possible by afternoon. Most of the snow is going to hold off till after dark. Moderate snow accumulations are possible, especially in southern portions of the area. Look at Wednesday's high at 17, and we're going well below zero on Wednesday night. We warm up a bit Thursday. And then for Friday and Saturday of the K&EB Farm and Ranch Expo, conditions back to near 40 Friday and into the 40s on Saturday, and holding in the 40s to near 50 as we start the early portions of next week.